everyone, it's Mari here. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. I have a really fun unboxing here. This is the October Stamps of Life kit. I'm going to be going through this card kit with you, and I'm also going to be making 10 cards with this kit. So super fun. When you get the kits, they are shipped like this in this adorable box with, of course, Happy Mail from the Stamps of Life on the front. And when you open it up, it is absolutely full of amazing goodies. So I am going to go through all of this with you here today. Just going to take the contents out and move this box over to the side. So inside of the kit is this card that explains what the kit is. So this is the Always Thankful collection card kit, October 2022. And it tells you that the kit features midnight, blueberry, pool, ocean, strawberry, sunshine, kiwi, and grape. And on the back, there's just some inspiration on there, which is super fun. And I love that. It just talks a little bit about the additional items and so on, things that coordinate together. And I love that so much. So super cute. That comes inside the box. You also get envelopes. There's a belly band around the envelopes. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You get 12 envelopes. So that's fantastic. So you get 12 white envelopes. Perfect. You also get a bunch of embellishments, which is really fun. So you get these square enamel stickers that are in those colors that were stated on the front of that card there. So super cute, really pretty. And the enamel stickers are in 3 different sizes, which is really fun. And you get those 5 different colors. So really pretty. Hopefully you can see that. You also get this shape, which is like a little flower. These are more enamel stickers. You get the white, the blue, the red, the yellow, and the orange. Really pretty as well. You also get these little puffy banners. These little puffy banners. So we're just going to open this up. I love that everything is just all packaged so nicely. And these are just that really fun, soft, puffy stickers. And just peel this one off a little bit here. You can just see that these have adhesive on the other side. So perfect for embellishing your projects. And you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those banners. And then you also get this little package of sweet little green satin bows. And there are 6 little satin bows in there. You also get these word and shadow dies. These are always and thankful are the words that are in here. So I'm just going to cut this open. Open this guy up. So really cute. There's the shadow die for thankful and the word thankful, and it's a scripty word, and always, and then the shadow for the word always. So really fun. You can do lots of awesome things with your sentiments with those word dies. And you also get a 6x6 paper pad, which is fantastic. There's 24 double-sided sheets, 12 times 2, so you get 12 different patterns, 2 of each. And they're just in that beautiful color family that was mentioned in that card. So again, it says midnight, blueberry, pool, ocean, strawberry, sunshine, kiwi, and grape. I'm assuming that's referring to the colors. I think that maybe is the grape color. And I will show you. That is gorgeous. And I love that that's the same font or script that's in the dies. And I'm assuming maybe that's Stephanie's handwriting, but she probably will correct me if I'm wrong. But I love that. I love that it's double-sided. I love the quality of the paper. And here you can just see the banners, which of course we have the puffy sticker banners as well. Super cute. We also have some little cut apart images, which is fantastic. Really great. And this coordinates with the extras for wagon to die cut. Now I just had to go grab this because it wasn't on my desk, but this is the wagons to stamp coordinating die set. So this is such a really adorable die set that coordinates with the wagons to stamp set. This is not part of the kit, but I just wanted to show you this coordinates with this die set. So this outline die you can use to die cut out the wagon perfectly. And the little pumpkin dies coordinate here as well. So that is fantastic. So really nice to have these coordinating pieces that go along with some of the other things that you might have from the Stamps of Life in your stash to use as embellishments in the kit. So love the colors. They're so pretty. Those pumpkins that coordinate so nicely as well. Again, with the with this set here again with the wagons to stamp. I love the leaves, so pretty, and that really pretty purpley blue. Gorgeous. And like I said, you get more than one of these sheets. So pretty. Love, 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 love. And just want to show you here the quality of this paper. It's really thick. So you could do some really fun DIY projects with this too. Love them. Love the colors. And then it repeats. So really awesome. Great value in that 6x6 paper pad. Then you also get in the kit the A1 small scallop card die set. And this is super cool. And what this does is it die cuts out the base for this small scallop card base and topper. I can get this out of here. Just going to take a second to get this out. Okay, so I've got everything off the packaging. This is the base for the card. So you can see that this die is going to cut around all the way around that scallop border perimeter for the card base. And then this is going to be the score line. So when we die cut this and we have that score line, we fold it in half. So that gives us our card base. And so I could either make a side folding card, landscape or portrait, and I could also make top folding if it's landscape, side folding if it's portrait, and then these pieces coordinate with it. So remember, this is my first time opening the kit and really having a good look at it, and we're going to make cards with this today, so I'll be exploring all of these different pieces as we go through. But I love that this topper, so this could be used to create some detail on your piece here. You can cut this piece out with your solid scallop die, and then you could take this and die cut that piece of cardstock and put these tiny little holes in it. So super cool. So many different ways that you can use this set. And there's also another topper here for your card front that cuts a little scallop border, almost like a little eyelet border. That is going to be a really sweet little card front there as well. So that is amazing. And so those are those pieces for this. And then there's also a scripty word and shadow die, Take Care. There's some pumpkins and some leaves as well. So you get quite a bit in this A1 small scallop card die set in the kit. So this is a huge kit. The kit has a ton of stuff in it. It's quite amazing, actually. You get 2 rolls of ribbon, a green gingham, and kind of an ivory, it's almost like a grosgrain ribbon. Really pretty. I like it a lot. Gorgeous. So you get 2 little spools of ribbon, and each one has 3 yards. Yeah, each one has 3 yards on it, so that's perfect. And then you get a paper pack. And this is 8.5 by 11 cardstock. And it's a big paper pack. So you get, in this paper pack, you get 1, 2, 3, you get 4 sheets of white cardstock. 4 sheets of white cardstock. You get 1 sheet of craft. So you got 1 sheet of craft. And then this gorgeous stack of beautiful colored cardstock. So really super pretty. And these ones, I believe you get 1 of each color. So this really gorgeous, pretty, I don't know, it's hard to describe that color. It's like, it's not pink, it's not red. Just looking for the card again here. Strawberry. I think this may be the strawberry color. It's so pretty. And then this yellow, which is absolutely gorgeous. This is probably the sunshine. This one, the green, I'm going to say maybe this is kiwi. Gorgeous. Then this beautiful blue, which I'm going to say is possibly ocean. Although I don't have the Stamps of Life color families in front of me, but I'm just going by what's on the card here. And then this one is brown. So you get 2 of each of those colored papers, except the green. I think I only saw 1 of those. Yeah. So you get 2 of this sky, and you get 2 of the yellow, 1 of the green, 1 of the blue, and 1 of the brown. So that is excellent for a grand total of 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 sheets of colored cardstock, plus the 4 sheets of white. So that's 11. And then the craft, which is 12. So you get 12 pieces of cardstock, and it is lovely cardstock. So very nice. Now to top that all off, you get this gorgeous folder, which is amazing. And it stores everything in it. So I just think this is genius. When you get a kit and you have the spot to store it all, and this works beautifully with the Totally Tiffany systems. And I know that the Stamps of Life carries the Totally Tiffany product on their site, so you can check that out too. But you also have a label for the kit, and all of these little goodies are going to fit inside of here as well. So all of your little dies, your little embellishments, and so on and so forth, everything is going to fit beautifully inside of this pouch. So that's fantastic. So I am going to get this all organized, and we are going to make our 10 cards. Now I've started off my first card here by cutting out my card base with the card base die, and I just used some white cardstock from the kit for that. I'm also going to use the scallop outline die here and the scallop dot die. I cut the scallop outline die in the blue, and then I die cut it again with the dot to create that dotted paper, which is really fun. I love that texture. Now I'm going to use the wagons to stamp die and cut out that wagon image there, and that's all ready to go. I'm going to adhere a little bit of the grosgrain ribbon to the top of my card just for a little bit of detail there. I'm going to attach one of those sweet little green bows to the top just over where the ribbon overlaps. I'm going to add one of the really sweet little puffy banners to the top of my wagon. I'll adhere the wagon to the front of the card, and then I've just die cut out the thankful die with the shadow. I've got the scripty word in yellow and the shadow in white. I'll adhere those together. I'm going to add a little bit of foam adhesive to the back of the shadow portion of this die cut, and then I'm just going to use my tweezers to place that onto my card front, and voila, this first card is almost finished. I really wanted to add some of these sweet little enamel dots here that are flowers, and I'm going to add one of each of those yellows to the little wagon wheels. I think that's super cute. I love how that turned out. For my second card, again, I have a white card base, And I'm going to use the scallop die that's got the little eyelet detail on it for some detail there with this stripe paper. So I die cut that out with that beautiful stripe paper from the paper pad. Now I'm going to use some of the sweet little leaves that I die cut out from the yellow cardstock from the kit. I've die cut a bunch of those out, and I'm just going to use my tweezers and a little bit of liquid adhesive to create a little bit of a horizontal border across the bottom of the card. Just going to finish adding that on there. I really love the dies that are part of this kit. They're so great. Anytime you have a die, I just love that because it's just the gift that keeps on giving. You can use it a million times over. I love this take care sentiment. I think that's really pretty. Once I had this added on, I also added a green bow, and you'll see that when I show you all of the cards at the end. Starting again with a white card base, I'm going to add the eyelet scallop detail in the brown cardstock here. I'll adhere that onto the white cardstock base. I've cut a little rectangle that nests right inside of that brown cardstock rectangle area. This is from the white cardstock. And I'm just going to shift that a little bit, make sure it's nice and straight. I've also cut another rectangle, just slightly smaller than the white, from this beautiful pumpkin colored cards or pattern paper from the pattern paper pad. And I'm going to add some foam adhesive onto the back of that and adhere it onto that white, just adding the mats and layers here for a little bit of extra detail. And I love the little pop of that foam adhesive for dimension on this card front. So I'm just going to add that on. This is going to be a vertical card, so my flowers are oriented in that fashion. Now I just took some of my Harmony Quick Dry ink in orange and Honey Pot and colored that up on some white cardstock and die cut out my pumpkins. Then I just took a circle punch from my stash, and you'll see circle punches used throughout these cards. I love punches. They're just a really great tool, and adding circles and square shapes and that kind of thing to your cards is so easy to do. You can see that I've die cut out my little pumpkins again from that ink blended cardstock. I'm adding detail with brown ink and a little bit of green to the stems. All of the inks I'm using here are Spectrum Noir Harmony Quick Dry inks. Now you can just see that sweet little detail to the bottom of that circle. I'm going to take my die cut word thankful from, again, the brown cardstock from the kit. I'll just add a little bit of liquid adhesive to the back of that and add that onto my card. And this is just a really simple and easy project. And there's the always above it. So always thankful. And again, I'm going to take my little enamel flowers. Love these. I love these little embellishments that are included in the kit. Now for this card, I've cut out a small rectangle from white cardstock, and I used a bunch of sizes of circle punches and my pattern paper from my paper pad. By the way, that paper pad is 6 by 6.5. I think I said at the beginning it's square. It's actually not. It's actually, I think, 6 inches by 6.5, which is great. You get a little bonus of a half an inch of each of the different papers. Now I've cut all of these circles from the different papers. I think I used each of the papers maybe twice, and 3 different sizes of circles. Just bounce those circles across horizontally on that rectangle using just some regular adhesive and some foam adhesive for dimension. My card base is the craft paper from the kit, and I've cut that scallop eyelet die using that beautiful leaf paper. I'm going to layer this white rectangle with the embellishments over top, and all I need to add here is the sentiment and some other little details if I choose. So I've got take care and some of those sweet little square enamel little enamel stickers. Love these. I think they're super cute. And again, just sticking with the colors that are in the pattern paper. So love that little card as well. Now for the next one, I've used the red base. I love the color of red. This cardstock is so gorgeous. The cardstock, I think, is my favorite thing maybe from the kit, although I have quite a few favorites. But Stephanie's cardstock is gorgeous. So I've got the red base, then I have the eyelet rectangle die cut there from the craft. I'm going to use this really soft icy blue color pattern paper as a rectangle mat, and I cut another rectangle using that dot as a little bit of embellishment. So I cut the rectangle Actually, no, I cut the whole die from white cardstock, and then I took and just cut the piece down into a rectangle, slightly smaller than that blue paper. And you can just see how with that die, you can create all kinds of texture for your project. Now this is just a tiny little strip of one of the pattern papers. It's kind of in that craft color. I'm just adding a little bit of detail with some ink blending in brown. I love using my inks to ink blend the edges of the paper. It just adds a little dimension and just a little bit of extra character to your project. I have the shadow die Thankful. I'm just adding a little bit of brown ink to the craft paper. I have some pumpkins die cut again and some leaves for embellishments. And this is going to be, again, a portrait side folding card. And you can see all of the little details going on here with these leaves and the pumpkins. Just really sweet for a fall themed card. And I love that you can use this kit for... You could definitely use a kit to do some DIY projects for Thanksgiving if you wanted, as well as cards. So this one here is going to say thankful. I'm going to pop that up on some foam adhesive here. And I just use, you know what, I used the scripty word and shadow dies over and over and over again from this kit. I love those so much, and you can just keep reusing them. You'll always have sentiments, right, with those dies. I'm using a little bit of gold stickles from my stash just to add a little bit of sparkle to the card, and that's just going to finish that sweet little card off, and I love how that turned out. Okay, so in addition to the 5 cards that I made here on camera, I also made an additional 5 cards with the kit, and I just want to share those with you. I created another card here, this one with the blue base, and I have the front scallop die trimmed with the yellow cardstock, and I just really love these puffy banners. I thought they added some really fun movement to the front of the card. I thought this would be a really fun card for like a going away or something like that. I thought it's just really super cute. I love the primary colors. I think they're really pretty, and I added a couple of the little enamel flowers to the card as well. This next one is a little bit softer looking. I used some of that really gorgeous green gingham ribbon at the top of a tag. I did a little bit of sewing with my sewing machine at the bottom of the tag. And of course, you can see I cut the tag from white cardstock. I used a circle punch to cut out this circle. I did a little bit of brown ink blending on there, cut out the always from the green cardstock, put that together. You can see the scallop panel is cut from that really pretty green floral and the white card base to create just a really pretty side folding card. And I love that word always. I just love those word dies that are part of the kit. With this one, I cut the card base out of yellow cardstock. I cut an additional piece of brown to back the front here because I also used the dot die to cut out dots on the front of the card panel. And so that way you can just see the brown through the dots. I thought that was just a nice little bit of detail. I also did some ink blending in brown around the edges of the yellow just to give it a little bit of a muted look. And I just used my square punch, my 1.5 inch square punch, I believe, or I think it was 1.5 inch. Just cut out 3 squares of pattern paper. Of course, again, the thankful word phrase there with the shadow die, and then I just tied some of the green gingham ribbon across the top. These 3 squares have been added to the card base with some foam adhesive just to give it a little bit of extra dimension. So really pretty. Then I also have this card here that I die cut out onto the red paper, which is really pretty. I used the scallop die to create some detail on the card front using that word paper from the paper pad. I used some blue cardstock and then another piece of the yellow from the pattern paper pad. I've done a little bit of ink blending here on the edges of the paper. Die cut out a circle, stamped Hello Pumpkin on it. That is from the wagon set. And cut out a couple of pumpkin dies and stuck them on there. And voila, there we have it. I used a little bit of gold stickles on the pumpkins just to add a little bit of sparkle and shine. And then my last card, I created a little shaker card. This was super easy to do. I have a white card base for this one. I cut out just a rectangle from the striped paper. I used my circle punch to cut out a window. I backed it with some acetate, popped that up on some foam adhesive. I dropped some of the die cut leaves from the different colored cardstock onto my card base, adhered my shaker card element over top. Here you can just see I've added some of the craft cardstock to the front in a strip. I did add a little bit of brown ink blending to it. I added the word thankful and this pretty little green bow to finish off this really sweet little shaker card. So you can see how you can use those leaves for shaker. Another thing I wanted to mention, something I thought of after that I should have done, I should have saved all of my little dot pieces that cut away from this. You could use those for shaker elements as well, as smaller shaker elements. So it's another thing to think about. So I love the kit. I had so much fun making these 10 cards. I have a lot of stuff left. I don't have a ton of cardstock left, but I have quite a few pieces of pattern paper left. And then the beautiful thing about things like dies is they're forever. You can make projects with your dies forever after. That's one of the things I really love about tools. And I really love this kit. I had so much fun creating with this October Stamps of Life kit. I highly recommend these kits. Make sure that you check the description box below to the Stamps of Life, to the information about the kits, the different kits that are available in the month. And I love this so much. Make sure you check out the kit subscription. I think it's really great value and really super fun. And I just really enjoyed this so much. So friends, I hope you did too. Make sure you leave any questions in the comment section below and reach out if you have anything that you would like me to follow up with or you'd like more information about. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that like button, and I will see you again here soon. Thanks, friends. Bye-bye.